It's Wednesday, my dudes. Welcome to another episode of Hog and Yawks with me, James. Last week, I promised you that we were going to talk to the promoters of our big Zerkel Pit Punx Fest. And guess what? I got Punk Rock Sam with us today. Punk Rock Sam, say hello.
Hello there.
Oh, man. We have an amazing show lined up because we're going to learn all about the big Zerkel Pit Punx Fest straight from the source, all the bands coming down, all the fun activities, and we're going to learn a little bit about the man himself that is putting on such an amazing endeavor, getting all these bands together, because herding punks is a little bit like herding cats. It's fun to watch, but it is quite the struggle. So, Punk Rock Sam, why don't you introduce us and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello. How's it going, everybody? I am calling in from Zerkel over here, 10 minutes north of the headwaters of the Mississippi. We're going to talk about the Zerkel Pit Punx Fest coming up April 25th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have right now about 28 confirmed bands. We're going to have live painters, vendors. 2 o'clock, we're going to get together and have a punk rock potluck picnic. So if you feel like bringing anything to share, that'd be great. The theme this year is a taco bar theme.
Oh, that's
So
pretty fun.
it'll be lots of fun. And there'll be options from vegetarian to vegan to meat, a variety of things for different folks that have different dietary preferences. There's also what's going on. We'll have a coloring contest. You can find it on the Radical Fun Time website. You can download it, color it ahead of time. You can show up. We have them there to color. Around 5 o'clock, we'll have a winner with some prizes. Around that same time, this will be the second annual Sasquatch call contest as well. Last year, we had a lot of people come and make their best noise, what they thought a Sasquatch would sound like, and then we voted right there on the spot. So there's 2 contests as well. There's bands playing, at least 2 bands playing every hour. Is probably about 2.5 to 3 bands every hour playing from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
That is going to be quite the day.
It's going to be quite the day, yeah. They're all kind of punk rock, but there's a variety of styles from hardcore to folk to pop to crust.
And yeah, we'll go over those bands here in a little bit, Sam. So you're
Sure.
saying there's going to be a coloring contest and everything. So this is not just your typical music festival. This thing's going to be family friendly. Everyone's going to get together. This is more of a big community event than just to come and get trash. Like, this is open to everybody, you're saying.
Yes, this is a community event. All the neighbors and the people in the area come together, and it's they all kind of contribute in their own way. Either food or helping run sound or clean up or organizing in some way, promoting. So it's fun to see all the neighbors and people are coming from all over as well. Across the state, and bands from across the country as well.
Yeah, I was looking over the list of bands coming through, and you have people coming from the West Coast, you got from the cities. You have managed to organize such an amazing event coming up, and I hope you and everyone involved with this is just so proud of what you're getting to put together here.
Should be lots of fun. We have all ages, again, we'll say from kids. We've had just toddlers come, young babies to old elders, and it's good to see everybody, variety of people as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be bringing my kids. They're 11 and 10. They've been super into music with me this past year. They're looking forward to it. Me and my son, we actually saw one of the bands come in Dirty Pretty this past summer, so we're looking
Sure.
forward to seeing them again. Now, is this the first one of these festivals you put on, or have you done this before?
The first Zerkel Pit Punx Fest, I believe, started in 2011. It's been pretty much every year except the COVID years. I guess we did take a couple years off there.
Yeah, it's very understandable. You got to be safe. Nothing more punk than making sure everyone's safe and healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then also, since we're talking about health and safety, we will have harm reduction sisters coming, and they'll be speaking and they'll have education about multiple topics.
Harm Reduction Sisters, are they the ones out of Bemidji? I believe I've heard them before. I've heard that
These
name.
There is one in Bemidji, but these ones are coming from Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Okay. Yeah, harm reduction and being safe is such an important thing. It's good programs out there like needle exchanges that need good funding and people to educate, and it's such a great thing that these programs put on.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like, you're going to be doing paintings. You're going to have a whole punk picnic, like you said. And you said that is going to be a potluck. So everyone come and make sure to bring something. Enjoy the community event like that.
Yep, and there'll be live painters. So as bands are playing, there'll be people painting. There'll also be painters selling their artwork as well. Some jewelers. We'll have a swap meet, kind of punk rock. Different record labels will be bringing in records, and then other artists will be bringing in the crafts that they make as well, and
Oh,
setting up tables and things.
that's going to be really fun. So we're going to have nice handcrafted stuff there. People are going to be able to buy some nice stuff for their friends, their family, buying some gifts, getting an early start on your Christmas shopping.
Exactly. Yep, and
Oh,
wild rice as well.
ooh, wild rice is always a favorite of mine. I'll probably end up stocking up on that while I'm there.
Sounds delicious.
Exactly. A nice wild rice hot dish, you just can't beat it.
That's true.
And so then we're going to be getting into the bands here. You said we have about what, 25 to 28 confirmed bands?
That's true. We do.
Oh, that is getting into a true festival right there. That brings me back to my high school days of waking up at dawn and going to bed at dawn again because that's how long the bands went on. Well, can you tell us the bands that we have confirmed? And I know I said it last week, but with bands, they can drop out at any time because life happens, and this is still a month away. So
Yep.
we always want to take this list with a grain of salt. But tell us who we got coming so far.
All right. Well, from Omaha, we got River City Rejects coming. From Minneapolis, we have True Stories and Diminished. St. Cloud, the Rambling Ragamuffins. Red Lake, Minnesota, Rotten Sardines and Warpath. We have Tiny Humans coming all the way from Denver, Colorado.
That's a big drive.
Yeah, they're actually flying to Minneapolis, and I booked them a show ahead of the fest and after the fest too. And then
Nice.
yeah, yeah. And then we talked about the Dirty Pretty. They're coming as well. A couple local Bemidji people is Ivan's Despicable Experience, Blackfish Blue. From Duluth, we have Rat Fight and Out of Line. Local band guitarist Morrow. He's really cool to listen to. Mesmerente is coming all the way from Utah. That's gonna be the furthest distance band.
And apologies to them from last week. I butchered that name trying to say that the first time. But welcome from Utah.
Also from the cities, we have Band Existence, Slime Monsters from Outer Space.
Super excited for those guys.
Yeah. And then I also want to say we'll be on tour coming up here in Radical Fun Time. And we are also playing some local shows coming up with Slime Monsters on March 28th. Radical Fun Time, Slime Monsters, Rotten Sardines in Bemidji at Sundown Records. And then the following day, we will be in Fargo at the Aquarium, Sounding Fathers, Slime Monsters, Radical Fun Time, and Sunflower Burial.
Oh, there's some good bands right there. Sunflower, they've been on the show before. Make sure to check out that show at the aquarium for people down in Fargo that aren't going to be coming out.
We got from Mankato, we got Wazichu.
Again,
Another band.
apologize to them because I butchered that name last time too. That one was tough for me. I apologize, guys.
That's a tough one. St. Cloud, Art of Amoeba, Skulls of Tomorrow coming from Lakeville area, Life Skills, Twin Cities band, Steroid Frenzy coming from Grand Rapids area, and I think that's all that I have 100%. Oh wait, Mommy Says No from St. Paul as well.
Well, that is a big list on there. So if you guys want to find those, I will link the event on my socials. I will link all their socials on my stuff. And then we'll try to find all these bands and make sure you guys can find them as well. We're going to spend the next couple of weeks finding all the music we can from these guys and playing it for you, just to get a little sneak peek at what you're going to be getting from what is shaping up to be an absolutely amazing festival. And Punk Rock Sam, It sounds like it's going to be an absolute blast, and I just want to thank you so much for taking the time and effort to organizing this because I cannot imagine it is easy.
It's a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails for sure.
Absolutely. And you're not only organizing it, you were actually in one of the bands as well.
Yeah, I'm playing in Radical Fun Time.
Radical Fun Time. And what do you play in that band?
I play the guitar and yell.
Yelling is one of the most important instruments in punk. And, we're going to listen to a couple of those songs here tonight. We're going to listen to all these bands over the next week. And then everyone listening tonight is going to be coming out to this festival. And we're going to have an absolutely rip roaring good time. I know it. We're going to be promoting this as much as we can on the show. Because if there's one thing that I love, it's local bands and live music and big, loud noise.
That's awesome. And then I just want to say that Radical Fun Time is on tour right now. We have the new album Risen from the Ashes out. It came out on CD on Dilapidated Records and on cassette on HFU Records.
That
And
is
both of those
awesome.
can be found on Bandcamp. Zerkel Pit Punx Fest music compilation will be at dilapidateddistro.bandcamp.com if you want to check out most of the bands that are playing. They've submitted the song, and you can check them out that way too.
Yeah, we will link all of that stuff because all of these bands deserve your guys' listens and come and buy their merch. Come show up, listen to these guys, give them some praise, toss them a couple bucks to buy a t-shirt. It's I've said it before. Record deals aren't much of a thing anymore. All of these guys are DIY punk, homemade, probably recording in your garage. Not a whole lot going on with big studios with punk these days, and I love it. But they need your help. They need your support. Come see them in person. Buy a T-shirt. Tell them to play Freebird. Go buy them a beer in the parking lot. That's what this show is all about.
That's right. We have Rejected Youth Records bringing distro from Omaha area as well, and then Dilapidated Records they'll have a distro set up as well. So buy music from bands, buy music from labels, buy art, buy crafts, support the scene.
That's it. That's it. Support the scene. Support your guys. That's a labor of love. And then now, though, we got to get into the hard part. This stuff is not free. How much is it going to cost you to get in?
Well, we're asking $30. There's roughly 30 performers, so it's about $1 a piece. The potluck is free, so anyone that wants to show up and have a free community meal, totally welcome to come at that point. If you want to come before or after and hang out longer, we ask you to throw some money towards the bands. We got lots of bands coming a long ways. So
Long way, guys. $30 to see 30 bands. It's well worth it. You can't even see a 2-hour movie for that anymore. Come check it out. Now, Zerkel, Minnesota is south of Bagley. It's north of Park Rapids. Type it into your Google Maps. You're not gonna miss it unless you drive a little bit too fast. Where exactly though is this going to be taking place?
it's gonna be taking place in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. We'll be in the woods. We'll be down on Pine Center Drive in Zerkel, Minnesota. We're right at the cross streets. Like there's pretty much a main intersection where there's a church and there's an art gallery. We're right between the two at the Zerkel Pit.
I'm sure we'll find some signs out there as well.
Yep, there'll be signs and there'll be flags and there'll be punkers walking around.
Oh man. Well, I can't wait for this. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody?
Yep, this is an all-age community event. We're asking for no drugs, no dogs. If you're of age, you can bring your own recreational drinks and smoke.
That's
We
right.
designated areas for that. But I want to keep in mind that this is kid-friendly. There will be plenty of kids around, so that stuff is not as important as being involved in the scene.
That's it. It is not a party scene. We're here for the music. We're here for the community. Kids are around. Remember that. Remember that the next generation looks up to you. The elders are setting an example for the next generation. Remember that every day. And with that, Punk Rock Sam, I want to thank you so much for coming on. We are going to listen to some of these jams here. We're going to tell everyone we can about this punk rock show, and we're going to have just an amazing time here on April 25th at Zerkel.
I appreciate you and the show. Thanks for contacting me, and everyone here is very excited for the festival.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.